We are recording. What's up, everybody? Scott here from Crosshair Chronicles. I tell you what, man, we got turkey season coming in super fast. It's already late March. Our turkey season comes in April 11th here in Delaware and runs into May. And we wanted to get a couple of these podcasts out there, maybe to help some new turkey hunters. So we have Remington with us today, and we're going to talk about some turkey hunting basics.
Hey guys, I'm Remington from Northeast Alabama. I'm with Pollard's Elite Calls, Cam, and a few others. I cut my teeth in the Alabama pines, so turkey hunting is I would say it's in my blood, but I'm a first-time hunter. First-time turkey hunter, so glad to be here.
Yeah, and it's good when you have somebody who's just starting out. It's a big learning experience if you don't have somebody to teach you. But turkey hunting is a big learning experience when you're starting out. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. You're going to make some bad calls. It's going to happen. But don't give up and have lots of patience. So I think we're going to hit on the subject today of what do you think, Remington, of what kind of calls should somebody starting out try to use or try to practice with?
I would definitely say stick with friction. Friction calls includes pot calls, box calls. Mouth calls are very hard to master. I've been trying for, this is going on 14 seasons, and I'm barely comfortable using one in the woods. But that's just me. Everybody's different.
Yeah, I can say that I started out on a box call learning how to use that, and actually became very good at it, and I advanced to a slate call. I've tried different surfaces like copper and ceramic and things like that, but friction calls are where it's at. I tried the mouth calls. I just can't do it. The vibration it drives me crazy, and I just can't get a good sound out of it. I sound like a turkey that's being choked by a farmer.
Yeah, that's I've been running mouth calls for a long time, trying to find one that I can get to sound good enough like a turkey to where once it gets in close enough to I can't move, I can always just use a mouth call. And I've just a couple months ago, I found that call. But mouth calls, I can call good enough to call a turkey in. But pot calls, box calls, I can call one out of the oven for you.
So, say I'm a first-time turkey hunter. I got a box call in front of me. I just set up. I got my decoys out. I'm hunting by myself. What kind of call should I use to locate turkeys, or at least get them to gobble before they fly down from their roost? Maybe get their attention to come my direction. What kind of sounds or calls would a beginner use?
I'd start out with a yelp. Yelp is a very basic sound. Hens and gobblers do it. Just start out soft yelping. That ought to get them to respond to let you know where they're at, or get them to come to the gun.
All right, so I do some soft yelping. I get a turkey gobbling. They hit the ground. He's heading my direction. How often should I use that call?
As long as he's coming, not often. Depending on how far away he is from you, I would say he's a couple 100 yards, I'd do it every just a few yelps every 5 or 10 minutes, just to keep his interest.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So you're doing it to keep him coming your direction because people you can overcall and spook him and have him heading in a different direction. Yep.
I will admit that I am the world's worst about overcalling. I like to hear him gobble, and as you and I know, in nature, when a turkey gobbles, the hens go to him. But once the hens get with the gobblers will follow those hens wherever they go. And 9 times out of 10, it ain't towards that hen that's been yelping for 10 minutes.
I can probably say there's probably not a turkey hunter out there that started out and didn't overcall and draw those hens right to that gobbler and have him follow them hens and walk away.
Like I said, I'm the world's worst with it. Let's say last spring, I got a turkey real fired up. He just sit there and strut back and forth on that ridge above me like 150 yards. He sit there and he gobbled for 2 hours. And eventually a hen come from my left all the way around, linked up with that gobbler. Gobbler shut up, went the other way.
Yeah, I've actually done that quite a few times myself and had that gobbler turn and just follow those hens right off in the distance and never see another turkey that day.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes.
So do you have any calls that you could demonstrate and maybe tell the people what that call is used for?
Yeah, I've got a couple laid out here. This first one is a slate over glass. I like to start out with slate because it's a little softer, more mellow tones. Hens tend to respond to that a little better. It can go soft or it can go a little louder. That's just your basic yelp. Hens and gobblers both use it. If I had to guess, that's their main form of communication. They do that all year long. Clucks, that's another basic year-long. That's basically a turkey, whether it be hen or gobbler, saying, "I'm here, where are you?" Another good one to know is purr. That's their feeding call. A purr is made, or is supposed to be a little quieter, and that really helps seal the deal with gobblers who are hung up just at a gun range or bow range. it helps reassure them that there's real hens in there feeding, and with feeding, if they're feeding, they're obviously comfortable, so why not go and get a little bite to eat yourself?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I've heard that, I've actually heard that putt, call that they make quite a few times, especially when, the turkeys hit the ground first thing in the morning. You hear the boss hen doing a lot of putts to gather everybody up.
Yeah. I've heard it several times myself. They'll fly to the tree, and then as soon as they hit the ground, they'll start clucking like, okay, I'm out of the tree, let's go. So, let's see, it goes, what I've heard sounds a little bit like this. This is a box call. I can do it flat out on a pot, but box calls, they reach out a little farther, and they're a little bit easier to run for beginners.
Yeah, I learned all my calling off a box call when I first started, and then I gradually graduated to a slate call. But I learned from other people showing me how to do it, and I also learned by watching a lot of YouTube videos.
Yeah, YouTube videos, between YouTube videos and the old Primos DVDs that used to come out, that's how I learned to do a lot of my calling.
Definitely.
And then the rest of it came from just watching people and asking questions and a whole lot of trial and error.
Yes, definitely a lot of trial and error. I remember the old Primos videos used to come out with the Primos calls used to come out with a little mini disc that you could throw in your computer, and it would teach you how to use your calls.
Yeah, that's it. I'm pretty sure you can still get those.
I think I actually still have some around in my junk drawer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, what you can't learn from those, you can definitely pick up off of YouTube.
Definitely, I definitely agree with you. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, that's all we have time for today on this episode of Crosshair Chronicles. We want to thank everybody for listening. We want to thank Remington for coming on and doing some podcasts with us. And look forward to having a few more episodes recorded with him. And we just want to thank everybody for listening. Like, subscribe, share our podcast to everybody. And the more people we get, we'll be able to start doing some giveaways in the future. That's for sure. So we appreciate you being on this episode, Remington, and we look forward to doing a few more with you.
Oh, yeah. Glad to be here. I'll come back anytime you want me back. Anytime.
All right, everybody. That's another podcast by Crosshair Chronicles, and we hope you tune in to hear the next one. Thanks for listening.